Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEWN. Tune in to The Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.
Yes, sir. I hope you enjoyed that show tonight. Hey, we're not all about to pass out from boredom, are we? No, what are you talking about?
Joe Cronin,
Yeah, tell him about it, Keemstar. Tell him about it.
About Joe Cronin, I could care less. I'm not really a fan of Joe Cronin, but definitely not a fan.
He thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a very shock jock or whatever. But I have to explain, he looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper.
That guy is retarded, and yeah, I could care less about him, dude.
This is the Epic Voice Guy. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
What's up, everybody? Remember when there used to be 900 people waiting to watch us live do this review? Just back in January. Oh, boy. Remember when everybody would be waiting for this review? Remember when we had 1,300 people watching live every single Monday, if not more, or maybe a little bit less, but around that? Do you remember that? Do you remember when the phone lines would just blow up and it was crazy? Do you remember that? Do you remember when, sometimes I'd start the show, 500 people right away? Yeah, those days are gone. Those days are long gone. Remember when people used to say, Joe, why do you hate WWE? Why do you want them to fail so much? And I said, why would I want something to fail that gives me income? Why would I want something to fail that feeds my children and my family and me? Why would I want something to fail? That is the dumbest thing. In fact, if anything, I'm concerned they're going to fail. That's why I'm ranting and raving and angry, because I don't want them to fail, because I would like to continue doing this even better and bigger. And on nights where things were exciting and really good, things would be bigger and better. But now here we are. And the pandemic has really been a big issue, obviously. There's been a lot of issues, and they've all happened at once, to be honest. All the issues happened at once. But this show tonight, man, this was specifically just a pile of dog piss tonight. This was a big waste of everybody's time. I'd like to find the person that doesn't believe that. I'd like to find the person that doesn't think that this is a gigantic waste of time. All right? And if you thought I was going to watch the Patriots game, you're out of your mind. The Patriots are so terrible this year. But the Raw was so bad, I actually turned it on for a second. Was like, all right. And I watched it on my cell phone. I'm like, the Patriots are losing to the Jets, and the Jets suck. The Patriots suck, the Jets suck, and I'm watching two sucks. But I did it anyway. And now I'm watching out of the corner of my eye because I do hate the Jets, obviously. I'm from New England. Makes sense. We're not big New York fans here. Obviously, if you're a Jets fan, maybe you hate the Pats so much you hope they lose too, even though it doesn't matter whether damn to either person. I don't know. But my God, Raw was just travesty. Look, it's so bad that Jake put a red shirt on tonight. That's not normal.
Yeah, I went ahead and even checked out Monday Night Football on the other screen as well at once and was surprised that the Patriots were losing as much as they were. Now it's all tied up, 27 apiece, so we'll see what happens there.
Local guy Bob Ward picked the Pats to win 30-6, and I was like, when I saw that, I went, what? Why would you ever think that they were going to win by that much? These teams both are kind of terrible. That now you would think the Pats would beat them, but you wouldn't think it'd be by much. I thought the Patriots might win this game 21-17 or something. You know what I mean? Showing that because I don't know, but whatever. The football doesn't matter either. Nothing matters. This show
the Raw
tonight,
script was changed multiple times. I had heard.
What did they end up going with?
Raw.
Just have tag matches. Did they go with just have a match? I guess
it seems like they took every script they had, ripped it up or shredded it, and then were like, shit, one of those were good. So they grabbed the pieces out of the shredder, and whatever they could piece together from all the different failed scripts is what we got. It felt like 5 different shows in one tonight. There were so many different points of contention, different ideas. You'd see them say one thing in one segment, and the next segment would contradict what they said earlier. They announced Moment of Bliss. That didn't happen. They announced, it's just like we didn't get another Firefly Funhouse. That was bad. The only decent match of the night that was worth anything was Ricochet and Ali. And sadly, those two are great talents, but the stories they have right now holds everything down. Besides that, this was just, usually you come on here like you're enraged or I'm pissed off or, we're excited. I have no idea why I continue to watch this tonight. I should have just changed the channel and flubbed my way through it because this was torture. I'm just beyond bored. Nothing they decide to do makes sense because they contradict themselves constantly. Their booking ideas are all over the place. You scheduled people to go in as champions, brand versus brand. So the champions of Raw facing the champions of SmackDown weeks ago, and now you're having the champions defend their titles 1 week before the pay-per-view next week. Why?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Vince isn't confident with the booking for Survivor Series. So everything we had for the New Day versus, the Street Profits, they've been building that for weeks. Now next week, if the Hurt Business wins, that's all been pointless. And these are the things that just frustrate you more and more. I mean, there's so many issues, but
I swear to God that
I don't even know what I just don't know why it's this bad. I can't believe that wrestling, as far as Raw goes, is this piss poor. SmackDown hasn't put out a bad show in weeks. No, some have not been great. But they've all been moderately entertaining. There's been nothing below a 5 minimum, and most of them have been better than that. It's the same company. It's the same people. Just what are they doing?
People have seen this. It's my rage outs are few and far between at this point because what the hell am I don't know what to do anymore. You know what I mean? And watching this show tonight, it's like, is there somebody paying them to lose on purpose? The only, I'm starting to compare this to when you see a fight and you start thinking oh, this is worked or something like that, or this guy's paid to take a dive. Dude, that's what this reminds me of, is it feels like they're being paid to take a dive. If you told me tomorrow that there was some kind of insider trading thing, but it doesn't make any sense how they'd make money off it. But if you told me that for some reason Vince could make money off of this somehow because I don't know,
yeah, there was a way for him. All right, we're not touring, so we're making more money. And the worse we do, we save money by not having to pay people something. Yeah, if there was a way that they're benefiting, it feels intentional. I swear. You're right.
This feels intentional. Are you actually this stupid? I don't know what it is, man. The Patriots kick a field goal and the Patriots win the game with no time left. The comeback, Jake. Suck it, New York Jets.
0-9.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Where's the guy that sent me some? Where's Tim Drake? Tim Drake sent me a tweet earlier, hey, how about the? Now Tim Drake hasn't tweeted me in forever. The guy just barely ever tweets me anymore. But he sends me a Twitter message Patriots losing, like, what's going on type of thing. Well, now, guess what? Tim Drake's getting a tweet. Tim Drake's getting a tweet back, brother. You're getting a tweet, Tim Drake. Longtime OG of the Joe Cronin Show. Tim, you're getting a tweet, brother, because I hate the Jets that much. The New York Jets and the Patriots fans hate each other. It's just well known. And guess what? I don't care if you suck and we suck. You're going to suck more than us. That's all I care about. That's all I care about is that you suck more than us, you green son of a bitches. See, this is more interesting than Raw. How is a garbage football team like the Jets and the Patriots somehow more interesting right now to me than Raw? And if the Pats had lost, I would have raged about how'd you lose to the friggin' Oscar the Grouch team. But, like, no, now, dude, this is so bad. This is how bad wrestling is right now. It's fucking terrible. At least we have some news stories tonight. Like, there's some news to talk about, and that's the good thing. So we're going to blaze through this Raw review, and I mean blaze through it probably, and then we're going to get into some of the news in the world of wrestling, because that's going to be more interesting than this show tonight for sure. The best thing of the night. Do you know what the best thing of the night is, Jake, to me? I mean, maybe it's to you. I don't know. You tell me what your favorite thing of the night was, and I'll tell you if that was mine, too. If you have anything.
Probably the Ricochet Ali match.
Boom! That's exactly right!
I think that they did the best job in the ring together. My favorite moment, though, was just what Randy Orton was saying to The Miz in the opening. The whole opening I thought was shit, but Randy Orton
didn't like it
acting paranoid like a psychotic maniac. You know, you guys are setting me up, and I remember when we kicked you out of the locker room and we should have never let you back, and you've been wrestling on B shows for years, and you left and took your ball and went home to Morrison. Like him breaking the fourth wall and really digging into both of them and acting like a, paranoid delusional champion was a bit of a different side of Orton, and it was kind of funny. So besides that intro was garbage, and that set up the theme for the night. Right there, we knew, all right, we're going to get a 6-man tag. None of it really lines up. They're adding in the New Day because, that didn't fit at all whatsoever. They're already in their own feuds, so we already knew they're just going to kind of pair and piece things together and give us a amalgamation of a shit show for the rest of the night. And that's what we got, a total shit show.
Well, it was some kind of amalgamation tonight. I don't know, bro.
I think those were the only two things that I enjoyed, honestly. It was Orton's retort to Miz and Morrison and the match between Mustafa Ali and Ricochet.
Oh, God.
That's it.
Yeah, listen, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's the only thing that I enjoyed whatsoever. Everything else to me was just a waste of time. A waste of my time. A waste of your time, and everybody's watching's time. It was a waste of everybody's time, tonight's show. It really was.
Absolutely.
Just as
we'll
always.
We'll blaze through all of this and, like you said, get to the stuff that matters. But we had Elias, Jeff Hardy versus Riddle in a second chance qualifier. Elias comes out, does his usual shtick, gets interrupted. Then just Riddle comes out. Hate that. Pretty straightforward match. Riddle wins. It looks like they're trying to maybe push him a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Every time we hear that somebody's going to get pushed 3 weeks later, they're dead and buried. We got backstage promos with AJ and Adam Pearce and Mustafa Ali and Retribution. Nothing of note. We talked about the Hurt Business. Drew Gulak said he wanted to join the Hurt Business. They roughed him up, and R-Truth ended up taking the 24/7 title, which led to a match later on. Shayna Baszler beat up Lana in less than 2 minutes. It was a waste of time as everything else was. Lana didn't go through the table, though, because she was saved by Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. So they stopped her from going through the table. But the night was still young. We had more. We wouldn't be done with Lana yet. AJ came to the ring in one of the worst segments I've seen in a while. This was bad. I know they're trying to show a little bit of character from certain people we don't usually hear from, but Sheamus sounded like an asshat. Riddle was ridiculous, giving everybody the most asinine nicknames possible. Fireface, and I don't even remember the rest of them. That Mongoose, Fireface. There was something else.
Mongoose, Fireface. That's fucking hilarious.
He said if his team name is Dopey. That's such a stupid comeback. And it all just evolved into the tag team match that we got. Keith Lee and Riddle, not Matt, took on Braun Strowman and Sheamus. Not really a great match here. Again, WWE does that thing I bitched about for weeks on end now, where they're so afraid they're going to change the channel that they either have Retributions coming out.
Fucking black off his face.
Oh, here we go.
Hey Cronin, what is worse, being a fan of the New York Jets or being a fan of Impact Wrestling?
Well, what's worse is when XSplit is frozen and I can't get my shit to change for me. Tim Drake, man, what's going on, Tim? I don't know why, but it just switched. It just allowed me to switch. I don't know why it died. But Tim Drake, Tim, thank you for the $20, man. Hey, Cronin, what's worse, being a fan of New York Jets or being a fan of the Impact Wrestling? I mean, listen, you guys do have it worse, Tim. I mean, you really do have it worse right now. The Patriots aren't doing so well right now either. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you guys have it worse.
Impact has some redeeming qualities. You know, a lot of redeeming qualities. Actually, they've got quite a talented roster.
I would say Impact, because you're getting back that, you know, I guess Impact him, right? Because you're getting back, I guess maybe it's less stressful, right? It's got to be less stressful to watch Impact than the Jets. Because I'll tell you, as a Patriots fan this year, Tim, that I got more enjoyment out of AEW than I'd get more enjoyment out of Impact than the Patriots, to be honest. Actually, so let's say that so that's better, right? So you're right.
That's a pretty sound answer.
Yeah, so I would say that it is Impact, because I even think it's better than watching the Patriots this year, and that's the closest comparison. But yeah, at least Flacco looked like he was pretty good for the most part. I mean, maybe not the interception at the end. I mean, that's his problem. Has always been doing that. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I get it though. It's a rough way either way you look at it. You know what I mean? No matter what way you look at it, Tim. But thank you, Tim Drake. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, so the big guy comes into the ring. You know, that's what they keep calling him, the big man. He has no name. You know, it's not Jordan Namaga. They just call him the big man. So he comes in the ring, and after AJ gets knocked out, he's the special guest referee I forgot to mention as well. And cut to commercial. We come back, and he's ringside again. It doesn't matter. No consequence. No point to continue that story or that point of it. They do that all the time, and it's so frustrating. It's really a huge pet peeve of mine. Oh, Retribution's coming. Oh, the Fiend's coming. Oh, here comes Drew. And then you get back from the commercial, and that never happened. They just ignore it. So,
right.
Obviously, the faces win here. Keith Lee and Riddle beat Braun and Sheamus. Some people thought the match was fun, but I thought it was just a bit of a cluster. After that, we had the Hurt Business with MVP and Lashley talking about their future matches at Survivor Series against Sami Zayn. Titus O'Neil wants to be in the Hurt Business, said he was disrespected last week. He takes on Bobby Lashley, loses in a minute's time, taps out, but doesn't reach for the ropes even though he's right there. Looks ridiculous. And we get Asuka taking on Nia Jax.
Oh, my bad. And you get interrupted.
Hey, keep them coming. Better than Raw.
Better than Raw. My name is Kane, and I'm donating. We got Bimbo Baggins in the house.
Once you see Retribution on TV, the show is pretty much doomed. I was so bored I did other things to stay awake. Survivor Series is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, Bimbo Baggins, you got that about right.
It's not looking good.
It is.
I mean, it wasn't to begin with.
No.
We should be excited because it's the farewell of The Undertaker. Allegedly.
It's so bad right now. Like, it's really bad. This is not good, guys. And thank you for the donations, because without those, I mean, what the hell's the point in thank God for those. Hit that like button down below. We're almost at 100 likes. What's up, Jessa? Someone got shot on Impact. That's true. Someone did get shot on Impact, yeah. Someone might get shot after the Jets game.
Johnny Bravo.
Please, stop punching my car. Let's go! That's all I got.
It's the JCS community!
Stop punching my car! Oh my God! Stop punching my lawn! Oh my God! Stop punching my car!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Boom, 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 boom!
Holy shit, I couldn't take this show tonight, so I was switching back and forth to Monday Night Football.
Right.
And it made my blood pressure somehow worse, but at least we won. Honestly, Ricochet versus Ali was the only real highlight tonight for me. 3/10.
Me and Jake 100% agree with you, and we didn't even know your donation until now. So there you go, Soundwave 92. Thank you, Soundwave, for the 21 coming in.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we're 100% agree with you. That was the best thing of the whole night.
It took killing your blood pressure, but my God.
But it took 2.5 hours to get to that. It took 2.5 fucking hours to get to that point.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Tim Drake for the $20. Tim, I'm sorry about your Jets, man. In all seriousness, I know that we have a rivalry over here, but I'm so sorry, bro. It's awful. It's like the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's like the Bruins before they won in 2011. The Red Sox.
Jets got a few more games this season to finally get a win. It'll happen.
But
think about how much better it'll be when you finally do.
It just shouldn't be that. Like, it's just like, man, teams like this that are supposed to be from big cities like these, going on these type of droughts is really embarrassing and really stupid. And it's so anyway, I just feel bad. But we're back.
After we had the Asuka Nia disaster of a match, obviously anything with Nia is piss poor. She's about to tap out to Asuka with the Oscar lock in the middle of the ring, and then Baszler runs in, gets the DQ. Then they put Lana through the table after clearing off the tag team of blondes. Then we got
Oh, by the way, I put up a Q&A about that, or a poll about that. I'm going to show you the poll results in a minute. It was about who's booked better or worse or whatever, Miro or Lana.
Yeah, or Lana. That's a great question.
I wonder who thinks it's. What do you give it?
I think Miro's booked better at this point, even though he's just seen a bit less and he's not getting destroyed as often. At least he's still winning matches.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to make him look powerful. As much as he looks like a dork and a dweeb at times and rather silly, he's still strong and coming out victorious. He's not defeated at all. He's not getting put through an announce table 8 times over.
Yeah, I'd have to probably say that, I guess.
I mean, he's not in a good place, certainly. He's not where he should be.
Who would you rather be? I mean, like, who would I rather be? I'd rather be on the stage of Raw every week getting put through a table. I mean, but I'd rather be personally involved in AEW because of the creative, I guess. Yeah. It's only, it's the difference of, I guess, what Raw will probably do tonight, not a good number. Probably not.
No,
probably 168.
That being worse than the third hour last week. Not overall, but for the third hour.
Yeah, it might be almost the same. Or it could go. Anyway, it's not going to be more than 1.7. So, you're talking about 1,700,000 watching this show tonight. So, you're talking about 850,000 more people saw you on Raw. So
I just don't think they gave enough to stay interested in the third hour, and I think we're going to get like a 1.4 again for that hour 3 mark.
Yeah.
I bet. Because what did we have? We had R-Truth versus Tucker, Grand Metalik, Lince Dorado, Drew Gulak, Akira Tozawa, and Eric in a 7-way for the 24/7 title. This was an orgy of a shit show that everybody's salad got tossed for a few seconds, so they got to smile, hold up the title, and then quickly just go ahead and drop the belt right after. I believe everybody won the title at least once. The only thing that I chuckled was when Truth won John Cena's, he's still doing all the Cena stuff. So that it's still just something. He's so charismatic. I can't help but chuckle when he's on screen most times, but even still, this was a disaster. I'm so sick of the 24/7 title. So sick of it.
Yeah. It's really a mess.
Mustafa and Ricochet, we mentioned that. 14 minutes, obviously best match of the night. You had to, ignore some of the Retribution BS, but that 720 spin that Ricochet did off the top was excellent. A few people pointed that out as well. And then we got Randy Orton threatening Adam Pearce, which led to the main event. We had Drew, Kofi, and Xavier from the New Day taking on Randy, The Miz, and John Morrison. And this match just dragged on and on. It felt like it was only a 13-minute match, but it felt like it went on forever.
Yeah, that shit, it irritated the hell out of me. Like all these matches.
Yeah, especially the main event, because the New Day doesn't fit in there at all whatsoever. And then, the Miz and Morrison, you've got the champion and then the Money in the Bank contract holder on the same side. So the way they're pairing people and doing things, it's just nonsensical. None of it is logical. It doesn't, attract any type of viewer to be entertained. I just don't know why they're going and continuing with most of these storylines. I was honestly and genuinely hopeful that when the draft came, there would be enough new talent influxing to Raw that they'd be, oh, we can try this storyline, or we can go with this feud and this angle. But it all just feels like we've seen it forever. It feels like the same old stuff. Nothing's new. It's just a recap week in and week out.
Yep. It's the same old thing. It feels like a recap, a relive, a rehash. And the only thing that was possible that could do anything was a match. And one of the only matches that was set up for any kind of success was the one that was good, because they said, go out there, you got 8 minutes and wrestle the hell out of yourselves or whatever, or 10 minutes or whatever it was. I don't even know how long it was, but it was the best thing of the whole night. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, DJ and others say the best thing the whole night was Lana going through the table on the second attempt, because the first time she didn't and everybody was upset.
Yeah,
That's
I'd
it.
buy that. I'd buy it. I mean,
Yeah.
was there anything
I
else?
would give this show, no, I'd give this a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Strictly because of the Ricochet match with Ali and a couple of little things here and there. But I mean, I could see people giving it a 1.
Would have given it a 1 if not for that match. Yeah, that's exactly right. They deserved it. I mean, like, listen, and if this was like, if this had been a random night and Raw had been pretty good the last few weeks, or had been something, right? Like, say we were giving Raw a 5 out of 10 every week, or whatever the hell, 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, right? This, I would have had a conniption on this show tonight. I probably would have flipped out. Or maybe I would have said, well, that wasn't very good. I guess they just mailed it in tonight. But this is a regular thing. It happens every single week that they do this. It's a reoccurring thing. They seemingly don't care what they're doing. I don't care what they say. I don't care if someone down there goes, you're crazy if you think we don't care, and you're crazy if you think that. Yeah? I don't think so, because this is how you come off. You come off like you give zero shits. You come off as if you're being paid to fail. Like there's something nefarious up. It feels like there's something nefarious up. Now, it could be that, I mean, does Vince have brain damage maybe? I'm honestly starting to think there's something mentally wrong with him. Like it's not like, oh, this is Vince and what he does, and yeah, this is how it goes. I am starting to think that either someone's getting paid to lose on purpose, or Vince is mentally fucking deficient in his head. Like there's something wrong in this guy's friggin' brain. And by the way, Spaz donated too, and it didn't play. Let me just play it.
Party.
What up, Spaz?
That show gave me AIDS. Kill me. Check out me and Sexy Jake this Friday after SmackDown Part 1 of the NXT Women's Division Breakdown. Cheers to the chat.
At least the NXT Women's Division has been gold for the last forever years. Spaz, thank you, man, for the $5 Canadian. Jake and Spaz next week after SmackDown. That will be better than anything that happens on SmackDown. And a big shout out to Tim Drake again, man. It's good to hear from him. He hit me up on Twitter earlier, and that was hilarious. Just he's an OG, man. It's like old times to see a name like Tim's pop up. So I know he probably still watches here or there, but I just feel bad. Imagine this: I can't even imagine. You watch Raw, and then you watch that football game. Like if he watched Raw in that football game, I mean, forget about it, dude.
Give me a hell yeah!
How the hell is Bruce Pritchard still in charge of this? Since he took over, this shit been complete trash. They didn't even use what's been the best part of Raw, Alexa and Bray. Let's leave them off show. Great fucking idea.
There's another big thing. This is not the first time that not only is the show not good at all, and it's so bad and boring and stupid, but the main attraction is just bizarrely left off. Not the first time they've done it with Bray. They did it with Retribution, even when they didn't have COVID, I think. And they did it with Bray before. They did it with The Fiend before, when we were like, what are they doing? This is like the hottest thing. And he's not on Raw? Like something isn't on Raw from this guy?
We got Alexa Bliss talking to Nikki Cross about how she's done with Alexa, and she's basically, I choose him over you.
Oh, yeah, in the back. She was like dressed like Candyland. I forgot about that. Actually.
Yeah, but that was the most we got of it. And we were supposed to have a moment of bliss following that, and that didn't happen, and then we never got another Funhouse. So okay.
Listen, it wouldn't have saved the show anyway.
No,
so
it wouldn't have
matter.
saved the show, but it certainly could have made it a little bit better.
Why not have Bray
It was one of
Wyatt?
the standouts last week for me. So
Why not have Bray Wyatt in a squash match? Why the hell not have this guy? Why not have The Fiend in a squash match?
it doesn't have to be The Fiend. It could just be Bray accompanied by Alexa in a squash match. Get him out there and let him beat up somebody that was in the 24/7 match.
You know, it'd be great.
Eric I'm sure those two could have a good match.
Just to get the entrance, I'd rather even have The Fiend, to be honest. I'm done with
I'm
done with the whole Mystique thing, with the whole, oh my God, save the Mystique. Fuck it, I don't care. This show sucks so bad. A Fiend entrance to the ring would have been great. You know what I mean? Because it would have been great, too, if they interviewed the local talent and the guy was like, or anybody. Obviously they can't really do local talent anymore, but you know what I mean? Like one of the wrestlers that was about to get buried. He interviewed and he was like, well, tonight I'm facing Bray Wyatt. Like, are you facing The Fiend or Bray Wyatt? And he's like, well, it's The Fiend. I guess it's Bray Wyatt tonight. And then earlier on, the Bray Wyatt was like, oh, I can't wait to get in the ring with you tonight, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, listen, I don't care what he is, what it is, I'm ready for Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? If it was The Fiend, obviously, I might be a little bit more concerned about things. That's a different kind of animal, it feels like. But I went back and I watched Bray Wyatt's tapes and how he well, not tapes anymore, but you know what I mean, the footage. And Bray Wyatt tonight, I'm ready for you, man. And I'm just telling you right now, I'm going to beat you on the biggest stage of them all, Monday Night Raw tonight. Millions of people are going to see me defeat you on Raw, and I'm going to get a jump start again in my career. And Bray Wyatt be like, well, that's really nice of you to say that. Well, I'm going to come out there and maybe I'll bring some of my puppet friends, and then they do a little thing. And then, the music hits, and it's not Bray Wyatt, it's The Fiend. And the guy in the ring's like, oh, shit. And The Fiend comes out with Alexa Bliss. Or Alexa comes out first with a microphone and says, I'm so excited to see what he does to you tonight. And he's like, well, bring out Bray Wyatt because I'm ready for him. You know what I mean? Oh, you're not going to wrestle Bray tonight. You're going to wrestle him. And the guy's like, what do you mean? I thought I was getting Bray. but the music goes off. The fucking here comes The Fiend down to the ring. The guy's like, oh shit. Fiend gets in the ring. The guy gets the upper hand, like off the bell ring for a second, and then Bray The Fiend just kills this guy. Sticks his fingers in the guy's mouth. His mouth is bleeding everywhere. He beats him. I don't know, something like
I'd
that.
like to see somebody
Anything.
try to use Alexa as a weapon, like to stand in front, like behind, have her stand in front of them as The Fiend, and then have her just wreck them. I think there's a lot of potential with her being
Just
there on his side.
Get the fucking guy on TV.
Yeah, that's a start.
When you know what I mean? When Stone Cold, this isn't Hulk Hogan, okay? You don't have Hulk Hogan. It's not 1991, and Hulk Hogan isn't appearing on, Main Event and other shows for weeks and then shows up at the pay-per-view or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do it a million different ways than what I said. The guy could have been like, I don't care if it's The Fiend or Bray. I don't care if it's this or the... Or like, even, how about this? The show could have started with Bray Wyatt being like, I'm trying to decide tonight whether or not, you're going to face me or him, and then it's like that is what's scheduled for hour 2. So for hour 2, it's this guy, whoever it is, a jobber, an NXT talent, or somebody who's on the lower end of things, versus, is it going to be Bray or The Fiend? And the guy goes, I don't care who it is. And then Bray says, maybe it'll just be me. It's just going to be me. I'm just going to come out. Or maybe I'll get him. I don't know who it's going to be, And then, by 2 hours in, when that happens, it's The Fiend. And you're like, that's pretty cool that it's The Fiend and not, just Bray Wyatt. That would have been whatever. Or they could have done a bunch of things. They could have filmed Bray Wyatt coming out to the entrance. Here's an even better idea. They film Bray Wyatt coming out to the entrance. The camera shot of the guy in the ring is kind of like he's nervous a little bit, but he's waiting. But then Bray comes out, and the guy he kind of goes like this, from looking like this to, come on, Bray. Halfway down the ramp, lights go out. All the red, all the stuff. Lights come back on. It's The Fiend. The music changes, starts over. He's The Fiend. Then he comes down. The guy's fucking facial expressions change. Like, he thought it was going to be, it was Bray Wyatt. How did he do that? Now, they shot that earlier, right? They shot him coming out earlier halfway, lights go out, and now they go back to live where the real Fiend is out there and the real lighting is set up, and then they start that, and so it looks super cool. Like he just changed halfway down.
Little things and still be live to have the match.
Right.
That's brilliant.
And it's a stupid little thing, but it's so many little layers to literally just putting the Fiend on TV. So you've got I'm going to be facing this guy tonight. I don't know if it's going to be me or him. And then the guy's like, I don't care who it is. But then you see the guy does kind of care because when Bray comes out, he's like, oh, this is going to be a lot easier because you're Bray. And then at home, we're all like, oh, it's Bray. Oh, well, whatever. It's Bray. You know, Fiend would have been cool. And then it is the Fiend. And then they fuck the guy up. Be fucking, at least that's some little thing. Then you would have said that was kind of neat, I guess. And, you know, whatever. But it would have been better than almost everything else that happened tonight besides that one match. I don't know. These are just stupid ideas. Does anyone sit around at a table and think of things at these fucking meetings on Raw? I mean, God damn it, I filled out applications for years at this company. Like, who's working for them right now? What are they doing? And what did you just send me?
Generated sent this to me, and this is actually something interesting to talk about at one point. WWE is, for all of their 30 Days of the Undertaker leading to Survivor Series, 30 Days of the Dead Man, they're hosting on WWE's website Undertaker's Greatest Match Tournament. So you have some from each decade, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then a wild card of various matches that didn't fit into those other categories. And they want you to go through and eventually, you know, you can have your own bracket, but they're going to come down and eventually have their own best match too. So I think that's pretty interesting. There's a lot of, obviously, best matches on there, but I'm kind of looking through. I don't know if there's any that I haven't seen. I'll link it in the chat really quick so everybody can see it.
Thank you. That is pretty cool. I'm looking at that now.
Yeah, you figure from the 90s. I mean, you got him and Mankind at King of the Ring 98, Hogan in 91, Bret Hart at SummerSlam in 97, Mankind in Your House, Buried Alive. I mean, it just goes on. Kane at WrestleMania 14, Kane at Unforgiven 98, Michaels at Bad Blood 97, Yokozuna at 94, Survivor Series. So, I mean, those are excellent choices right there. And it just kind of goes upwards. So,
Yo, Garguts, what's up?
Excellent matches.
I want to thank Garguts for being in the chat. But I also wanted to I wanted to drop off my producer list, but dude, my computer's fucking retarded right now. I don't know what's going on. My computer's fucked right now. Can I tell you that, Jake? I can't open a Google page. I can't open an Explorer page. And I can't open files. It freezes when I try to open files. You're right there? Did I lose you too? Did I lose you, Jake? Okay, I think I lost Jake. Could be Discord. Let's. Hey, Jake, if you can hear me, give me a call on Skype, brother. Let's do Skype. Jesus. I don't even know if we're on the air. I wish I knew what was going on. Anyway, guys, while I try to figure that out, I hope you guys check out my Patreon, and I want to shout out to the $25 producers who are fucking awesome. So shout out to you guys who are the $25 producers. No doubt about it, keeping the shows rolling. Thank you guys for being there and doing that. And thank you to
Dunkachino?
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Dunkachino.
It's a whole new game.
Dunkachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Joe, I don't know how the fuck you sit through 3 hours of this bullshit every Monday. Thank you for your patriotic duty to report back to us so we don't have to suffer. Also fuck Donald Trump. Fucking impeached lame duck future convict diaper man baby.
Give me a hell yeah!
How the hell is Bruce Pritchard still in charge of this? Since he took over, this shit been complete trash. They didn't even use what's been the best part of Raw, Alexa and Bray. Let's leave them off show. Great fucking idea.
I mean, that ended right at the exact time that I was going to come back up, so that it's kind of funny.
Couldn't have timed it better. I called you on Skype, but I stayed here too.
I had the whole computer crash. I think I know what happened. Earlier tonight, I was doing some crazy shit on the computer, like tons of stuff, and I accidentally closed like an important mechanism in the computer, like in the whatever the hell. You know what I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want the operations.
And what I did was I restarted the computer without a restart and a closing, and so I think when it rebooted, it didn't reboot right, and so I think it'd been running bad the whole time.
Makes sense.
There was some kind of missing file, important Explorer file that I think was missing. If you're new to the channel, I hope you hit that sub button down below. And we don't normally have a blackout for an hour, but hey, man, listen, I don't know why I opened some of the things I opened by accident here, but we'll figure it out. And my bad, man. I'm sorry about that. But guys, thank you guys for keeping up, even donating while I wasn't even here. So I really appreciate that. That was pretty cool. You guys are the best. Thank you for that. And I do want to show the patrons list in a few minutes, but we're going to get back into it a little bit because you sat here for doing nothing for the last few minutes. There's the $25 producers. Thank you all. I'll shout them out in a few. Man, thank you guys for re-signing up on Patreon, where we don't have problems like this normally.
Normally not.
Dude, I had like 900 broken file extensions. It's ever since the Windows update, man. That Windows update just murdered everything.
Yeah, I've had that happen before with my old laptop.
Oh, I
basically bricked it.
Yeah, I hate the Windows. This is a new computer, so it's definitely had something to do with
yeah, it's not the hardware. It's just something with the software.
Something that I had messed up internally, and I was running 1 million pages and shit like that. It was crazy what I was doing.
That was my problem. Why I had to get more RAM. Not that I don't love being rammed. You know it, baby, but
I'm loaded with RAM.
Out of nowhere, I would always have 25, 30 tabs open minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even chat some of the time. So I was like, yeah, definitely. Chrome sucks up so much active memory. It's ridiculous.
Dude, Chrome is so bad now. But I mean, I'm rocking 32 gigs of RAM right now. So that's not a lot. I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I've got 40 in mine. And
yeah, I could fit another one in there, another stick. Actually, you know what? I bought this computer that had 2 stick slots. So I really couldn't put another stick in. It's kind of
you only have 2 slots?
Dude, this computer only has 2 slots. It's an i7 9700.
Yeah, but the motherboard depends on what you have. I mean, that's possible. Yeah,
it's not the best. I mean, that other computer that I built it's still not selling. I built that other computer, still not selling. I should just rip that thing and just like put them all together and make a sexy Frankenstein.
Yeah,
but then I'd be eating $700 then.
Well, maybe just take the best parts of everything and make that yours, and then make the lesser one of what's left and sell that.
The only good thing from it is that with the remote schooling, like a lot of people were wondering where I was today. I only uploaded one video, which is enough. I uploaded a 16-minute video today. By the way, if you didn't watch that video, go back and watch it. It was pretty good. I was going over a lot of things. I think I did a solid 16 minutes of stuff. It wasn't just a 3-minute news video like, here's something going on and see you later now. It was 16 minutes. It was a lot of stuff. But people were like, oh, where were you after that? I thought you'd do more. But I was helping with the remote schooling stuff. It's like,
but you covered, all the releases, and you went over the drama between Ryback and Ziggler online, and the preview of AEW games tomorrow evening. That's going to be exciting because we really don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of up to our imagination. So that's a little bit of a worry at times too, because people can blow things out of proportion.
Yeah.
Not that I don't do it at times either. Hype is real, so you get excited, but we don't know if they're actually going to announce a video game. Are they starting some type of streaming service?
I heard somebody somebody told me they were really worried that it was going to be a card game.
It could be a card game or some type of board game. That's been more popular recently too. People are getting more into board games, so that's anything's a possibility.
Raffle off.
I think I could see them doing something like, we're going to start streaming games at this point in time. Because I know Kenny and Mira wanted to do that.
Oh my God, they're going to announce a stream. Now they're going to stream playing video games.
I could see them streaming like to lead into Dark or something.
Oh my God.
Like AEW Games 1.0 will go live every Tuesday before AEW Dark for 1 hour.
They do an hour.
Join your favorite streamer.
It's up, down, down, but for their whole company basically, and they're running it. Yeah. They're going to be more excited about that than the wrestling. Like I'm telling you, man. Oh my God.
But that's my thought as to what it's going to be. I'm sure I could be way off. I could be wrong. It's just a guess, but
that's crazy.
Not being negative. It could be something cool, but
that's got to be what it is. Come on.
That's because if it was a video game, I know they have a few things in the works for the video game. I know they have trademarks, but we haven't even heard what software developer is going to be going. None of the nitty gritty that usually comes out at this point.
Right.
So I don't know, but
oh my God.
We'll see. Could be. Could be good.
It's totally going to be video, like them playing video games and card game tournaments and maybe even tabletop games or something. Like I swear to God, it's going to be that. Here's my issue. I'm fine with them doing things like this. That's okay. It's just my worry though for them is that the fan base is expecting this announcement type of thing, and when it's this, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like attack it. Because they thought it was something more important or wrestling or something. You know what I mean? And they're going to be like, this is what it is. And they're going to be pissed.
Gator golf, give it a whack. It spits it right back. Oh, God. Because even on some of the articles, it's rumored that this will be the reveal of the first ever AEW video game, which has been rumored to be in the works for the past year or more. This is on Wrestling Inc. But it says, caution, this account is temporarily restricted. Do you still want to view it? That's the AEW Games account, so that's interesting. I don't see any direct info or tidbits saying this is definitely what it's going to be. It's just a lot of speculation. Hopefully it is the video game announcement. That'd be great. I'm looking forward to, some competition for WWE video games.
I mean, fine if it is, but I think that this is just going to draw some people to be pissed off because they're going to be like, oh, I thought it was something really important. It's just stupid shit again. And some people are going to be pissed.
The reason why I think this is because it has its own YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/AEW Games.
They emailed me.
So it's their own spot to go to and subscribe.
Yeah, it's youtube.com/AEW Games. And they emailed me, dude. They emailed me a goddamn press release about it.
That still is great that you got all those photos, too, from the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think they're probably the same ones they maybe end up putting up on their website, but there's a lot, dude. They email me a lot of photos, and I'm like, what can I do with these photos? I don't know what I can do with them. WWE doesn't. I mean, I archive. I don't know, but yeah, man, I don't know. This is just, they're announcing it. I mean, tomorrow we're going to find out at 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. tomorrow, guys, we're going to know. I may do a watch along type of thing tomorrow because I got a podcast at 2 p.m. Which, by the way, that's going to be fun. There's a bunch of podcasts coming this week for me. I'm recording a whole bunch of things, and then we're going to be releasing them. I'm going to have a new it's just going to be Joe Cronin podcast, where it's me and it's interviewing people, and there's so many people that are coming on. And once I get up to about 7 episodes or 10 episodes, that's when I'm going to start releasing them. And so there's a whole bunch that I'm going to be recording and stuff like that. So I'm working on that tomorrow. And so I don't know. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a new thing. And I think I'm going to be putting it on this channel, I think.
I'll ram you, Jake. Ram you all night long and cookie.
Ooh,
what did
Casey.
you do to Casey to get him this horny? Because
I don't know. Maybe because I shaved. He's getting into it, but I'll give you your cookies now.
This is just sick. You know, Casey, I heard you go on walks, hoping you'll run into a widowed fucking military vet, and you can try to sell them your grandfather's Purple Heart. Is that true? That you go around looking for people who have money, who have a military connection, so you can sell your grandfather's Purple Heart at an upcharge? Because, and I heard the reason why you did is because months ago you sold a old military amulet from one of your great grandfathers as well, and you just ran into somebody and they saw it and they were so excited they bought it off you for like $3,000, and now you're just taking all the war memorabilia you have, or maybe that you even bought this on eBay, and so then you're just looking to run into people at the graveyard place at the walk.
Oh, he's saying it's from his grandfather?
Yeah, really, maybe. And that's and like he just what am I talking about, bro? I have no idea.
I was like, where are you going with this
Casey, thank you, man. Casey, thank you.
Casey,
what a piece of shit. You talk about stolen valor. I mean, that's just sick. You know, one of these rich war widows, and then he
oh, you know what I wanted to bring up to you? Savio Vega's coming back for Survivor Series. Did you hear about that?
Is that a joke or?
No. He's going to be there to be one of the people on hand to present the Undertaker with his retirement.
What the hell? I mean,
the Undertaker had requested him to be there. So
wow. Well, because
it's going to culminate a successful 30-year career after his appearance at the Survivor Series 1990 edition. Excuse me.
Jesus.
So there's no word yet on what WWE has planned for some of his friends for the final farewell, but it's likely we're going to see other members of the Bone Street crew there as well. So
Super chat.
It's true, I gave them the bro prices too.
Wow, Casey is raw. Well, at least
so he's not denying it.
At least you're not like It's Costanza, who messages me constantly about all this drama stuff I don't care about. Then when I respond to one thing, he then takes that screenshot and shows a bunch of people, and then they put it all over their streams, and then they go, what the fuck's wrong with Joe? And then I wonder why It's Costanza would show a DM when you were the one harassing me about all this drama I don't give a shit about. Huh. Add him to Y Society and all the list of other creepos out there. Don't DM me your bullshit, retards. Hashtag fact. Sorry, just got to lay down the law.
Yeah, you get sent shit.
I'm sick of people, dude. I'm sick of people. I'm sick of fucking people, dude. Over and over sending me drama DMs or things about shit I don't give a fuck about over and over and over again. And you don't really respond. And then eventually you do respond, like slightly, but it's nothing big. And like nothing I wouldn't say here on air. I'd say it on air. And then you like, gotcha, like send it. Like, and then like somebody's doing a whole rant about it. And it's like, you guys are fucking faggots. Like out there. You really are, man. Like grown men doing streams on each other's stuff, like in drama about people, like in each other and people in communities and what this guy said, that guy said, and what's going to go on here or there and whatever. Just all over Twitter, all over the place. Dude, leave me out of it. I don't give a shit. I don't care if someone said they hope that my dog eats my children alive. I don't care if someone said I'm a bad father. I don't care if someone said Leah's a whore. I don't care if someone said my show sucks. I don't care if someone said my dick is small. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Stop telling me. Because you're only telling me for some kind of weird response thing. I don't care. I'm way too busy doing this shit. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
It's funny because I literally said the same thing today. If a few people,
oh my god,
on Twitter, I said in the DMs, I'm like, just don't send me that shit anymore.
What are we, gay? I mean, we're gay, bro. So It's Costanza is a pussy fucking lying double-faced piece of shit. And he's a fucking weird flip-flopper guy. Like,
he seemingly felt bad before when you blocked him, but now that I know the full story, it kind of makes more sense.
Oh, maybe he did. I mean, maybe he does feel bad. Maybe it was an accident. But either way, it pissed me off. And if he wants to say sorry, fine, whatever. But whatever, dude. Like, maybe he did fuck up. But I'm just sick of people doing this, man. Why society did it like crazy, acted like he was innocent and didn't like other people, but then told me all these things and I ignored him. And then when I said one little thing, suddenly I'm seeing my messages places. Fucking weird. I don't care. If you're like grown men, dude, grown men, people older than me.
Super Chat Party.
Joe 5 a.m. and remember the fake golfer last night, lol.
Oh my god, yeah. What was that on? Oh yeah, that was your that was on your hotel resorts page. Yeah, they put these fake computerized golfer. It's fucking hilarious. It was weird, man. It was like they look so computer generated. It was so obvious, man. So obvious.
That is weird. That is strange.
Good God, man. Guys who can't keep their word worth a damn. People who think they can control you where you go. People think they can control me where I go and who I talk to. But then, like, the next minute, they'll go where they want to and talk to. So I don't listen to anybody. I have fun, man. If I want to call someone and act like Alex Jones, I will. Because I have a fun time doing it. I'm going to be calling everybody. Alex is going to be making a lot of phone calls. Okay? Because the very same people that get bent out of shape about what I'm doing with my show in life will then do the same exact things. It doesn't matter. And it's been proven time and time again. You know, my word is my bond, or take it to the bank. I'll never do this. Oh, yeah? They did. And so doesn't everybody. This is the Joe Cronin Show. And guess what, Joe? I'm a big boy. I do what I want, man. I go where I want. I do what I want. And I say what I want. And I don't be friends with people who are fucking lying dickheads. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be friends with people who are pieces of shit. And, you know, sending me 700 messages and me not responding and then sending one message back to you about, yeah, I guess you're right about that. And then taking that and tweeting that out to people, that's retarded. So, no, you're retarded. How about that? Go fuck yourselves. Shout out to GARGUTS, who is a producer. And a sexy pants in the chat. And everybody else, man. Nightbot is fucking going ham. No, Nightbot doesn't like certain words. We had to ban certain fucking words that shouldn't really be banned, but we had to do it because of spam stuff. So I apologize if you get timed out by Nightbot the cunt.
If you do get timed out, it's only for a few seconds, thankfully.
Yeah.
But just kind of giving people a heads up. Speaking of a heads up, I guess there's been quite a bit of election talk backstage within WWE. And Andrew Yang is preparing to give Vince a lot of headaches. And they're preparing for the worst in some aspects.
Oh, boy.
We saw Alexa Bliss today be asked about how do you feel, not so much directly about unions, and she gave this really bizarre answer. I got to pull that up. I don't have it in front of me, but she just sounded ridiculous with the way she responded. I'll pull that up next.
I mean, listen, part of me likes Andrew Yang, but is this really what you're going to spend your time on?
Super Chat Party.
We're going to spend our time on this?
In Scotland, there is a 90 COVID positive test.
There's 90 positive tests. There's like 9,000 here, or 90,000. Like, good news on Guzzy. I mean, so far, he got exactly what everybody I know got. It was like flu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, flu for days, or fever for days. And I said, dude, the last thing that happened to everybody I know is the coughing and then sense of smell, and then the nostrils, and they lost their taste. They couldn't taste or smell food for like a week or two. And he goes, "That's what's happening. I can't smell or taste anything." And I went, "That's fucking crazy." He got
There's
the
a lot
same
of
thing.
people that had that issue continue after they were cleared of the virus, so that's worrisome. Danny showed me a TikTok before where a guy is eating a raw onion, drinking lemon juice, bunch of crazy stuff like that, because he can't taste anything. So he's just eating a raw onion, not even making a wincing face. It was ridiculous.
Dude,
he's like, can't taste it. It's a weird virus.
If I ate a raw onion, I'd probably have like the acid reflux attack, and I'd probably start like spitting up
It would
blood
kill
or
me.
something.
Yeah, I can't take spices to begin with. Raw onion
For
like
all
that,
we
I
know,
could
I'm
eat
allergic to the goddamn things now. You know, I read you could develop these allergies because of whatever the fuck, and I'm like, maybe I do have an allergy to these things because it's bad. Like, unless carrots are cooked, I can't eat them. You have to cook carrots. If you cook them, I can eat them. If you cook celery, I can eat celery.
That makes sense.
If I eat raw carrots or celery, I start like, and then like for like 45 minutes, I'm burping, and it feels like my insides of my larynx or like whatever esophagus is gonna rip out. You know what I've always talked about. And dude, like, and one time I threw up just clear bile spit. Like, and it was, and then it would go away, and then I'd throw up again, and then it went away. And that was the only time. I never threw up after that. But then I read maybe it's something to do with the esophageal sphincter or something like that. I don't know. Or like the valve isn't opening and closing enough.
It's possible.
No, I mean there's a 90% vaccine to work.
Yes, from Pfizer.
Oh yeah, well Donald Trump's going.
Effective, yeah.
Donald Trump didn't get elected, so here we go. We got it. It's
I
like,
said to
dude,
Courtney,
it's
a week after
like
the election, we'd hear about the vaccine. You know. and
now
here we
listen,
go.
I don't want to go conspiracy, but let me explain why. Can I explain why this is a conspiracy? Here's why this is a conspiracy. You inject a virus into somebody, and then you tell them, "Give me $1 million, and I'll give you the antidote." All right, so we got Donald Trump. We got to get him out of here, right? So we unleash a virus everywhere that's mild, right? It's super mild. It's like as bad as the flu, but like a little worse because it's more contagious and a little bit more deadly, right? So people are going to freak out when they find out it's a new thing. They knew it, right? So then they put all these things into work that they're going to do to scare the fuck out of everybody. Then once they make sure they get, and the world wants Donald Trump out because he's bad for the whole world, the whole the globalists, and the American economy. So that's
certainly how he's been presented. Yeah.
Once
and
they
he's
get
been
him
blamed
out,
for COVID in the United States, hand over fist.
Right, and once they get him out, they get him out of office, and that's why Nancy Pelosi was like, "Come on out to Chinatown, everybody, just come on out." And you're like, Nancy, there's a pandemic coming, like there's a virus in China. I had masks. I had gas masks at the time Nancy Pelosi was telling everybody to come out in the streets. I had gas masks. So why would Nancy, and then Nancy, after they go, "Oh, we're going to shut down," then Nancy goes, "Oh, he doesn't know anything how to deal with the pandemic." What? Why'd you flip like that all of a sudden? So wait a minute. So now that they get Trump out, now they can go, "Okay, quickly, get the cure out. Quickly, get it out, because now we don't need it anymore. Get the cure out now." So, dude, I'm not saying I believe this, by the way. I'm just giving you the I'm not telling you this is true. I'm more of a left-wing person.
No,
I'm just saying that's the idea. Think about it. If you were to, you wanted to terrorize somebody, you stick the needle in and you go, "You're dead in 16 hours unless you come up with $1 million." And the person has to go find the money, give it to you, and then you go, "There's the antidote. All right, cool. Thanks for the money." It's like, dude, I'm sorry. It reminds me of that. And why would the whole world do it? Well, because it had to be that dangerous. It had to be sent out to everybody. Why would someone do that all for just Donald Trump in the USA and blah, blah? Because it's like the most important thing going right anywhere at the whole globalization. But anyway, I'm not saying I believe that at all. Just a weird conspiracy tinfoil hat type of weird thing to put out there. Never stop thinking, open your mind. Probably not that at all. Probably nothing to do with that at all. Probably nothing. Probably not.
But funny enough is that as soon as the announcement came out that there was this vaccine that's 90% effective, immediately WWE stock jumped 8%.
Wow. All the stocks are going up.
Well, WWE's in particular, yeah, stocks are raising, but
what happens if you put an onion in your bunghole? You put an onion in your bunghole, Jake. What happens when if that happens?
I think that's got to be straight fire. I mean, if it burns going down, then coming out, certainly.
Oh
if you're
God,
it's in.
Like probably like acidic in your ass.
Yeah, it's plus it's crunchy in sense too. There's all the layers, so they're breaking away, and it's gonna get stuck in all the shit pellets. So that you're gonna have onions shit mix combo. It's gonna be like a hamburger helper mix. It's gonna be bad.
Oh my God, good Lord. Dave Chappelle was hilarious on SNL. That was good, pretty good.
I saw the opening monologue. I didn't get to see the rest of it. But
oh my God, you
funny.
Didn't see the Count Chocula skit?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God!
Later.
Holy
I heard it was
fuck.
great though.
Oh my God, you dude, that's funny. Listen to this part. Let me see if we can hear this part.
Yourselves, you're all fired. No, but I'm actually chocolate. I'm not black at all.
Ridiculous. Another likely story. Look at those big chocolate lips behind them things. The 5-count chocolate, how come he's still working hard?
You gotta see this. It's great.
But I'm not even black. I'm made of chocolate.
Like this story. Let me tell you something. These streets is gonna eat you alive, you chocolatey nigga.
Let me tell you something. These streets are gonna eat you alive.
Chocolatey nigga. Let me tell you something. These streets is gonna eat you alive, you chocolatey nigga.
Wait till you see this, dude. Oh my god.
Oh my
dude.
god, I can't wait to watch that. That's so
You gotta
good.
watch it. Oh my god. But what's funny, what's not right about oh my god, dude. It's too fucking funny. Oh my god, Dave Chappelle's hilarious. Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr on Saturday Night Live have been great. Even Jim Carrey was good. But when it goes back to the original cast or other skits and things like that, oh my god, it's bad. Like Saturday Night Live is awful, dude. I watched
You
some.
need that injection of chaos.
Yeah.
You need to add that.
You need the
huge
clout,
comedy
like
relief.
you need the legendary clout of somebody like this to come in, dude. It reminds me of Raw. It's just like everything. Don't you realize? Like it's going on everywhere. It's not just wrestling. It's
Nostalgia sells. It's a hell of a drug.
yeah, but you watch SNL and you watch most of the skits and they're bad and they're not good, and then the cast is like, and you're like, this is just like WWE, where like they need to bring in Stone Cold to make anything good enough. They need to have a huge heavyweight actor or actress to come in to actually make this shit good.
Yeah, it's not just wrestling that can't make new stars.
Yeah, and
It seems to be a global issue.
Jazzy
all forms of entertainment.
Jazzy Utah says he should have been in more skits, and like that's it, man. It's like he should have been in more skits. Him and Bill Burr. Funny enough, Bill Burr was on his show in 2004. But it's like the two of them, their style. They actually wrote to their style too. It was literally like let's do Bill Burr and the Dave Chappelle type skits. Let's do Dave Chappelle and the Dave Chappelle type skits on our show. And it reminded you a little bit of like sort of soft Dave Chappelle show a little bit, but not even.
I heard they both had a decent amount of input with the skits though that they were taking part of. So
right.
I again don't have any proof for that. It was read online, but it seems logical if the skits have been received that well.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bill Burr too, man.
And
I
especially
love
with
Bill.
their common track record of things not going over great. If something's suddenly funny, you look for the, what's the difference? Oh, Chappelle's there. Well, that's why. So
yeah.
And really quick too, what Sith Neegan said before is that he said Mandy Rose appeared to have suffered an injury when she was thrown out of the ring by Nia Jax earlier tonight on Raw.
Didn't see it, but
God.
wow.
Please, I saw the part where she got thrown out, but I didn't see the injury portion of it. Hopefully she's okay, because if Nia injured someone else yet again, my God, what do you even say to that? Especially before they're building up a women's tag title
It
match.
could just be a bad luck type of thing, but I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I have
because
to go
it's
back
hard
and
to.
see it, but-
You really got to screw up to throw someone out of the ring, and they get injured because you threw them.
If anybody could, it'd be Nia.
That's true, though. Yeah, you're right. Let me see.
She's so rough. I mean, we that's a proven fact. We know that she's very, hard on whoever she's working with. That's not just something that I'm stating. That's a proven fact with how many people she's injured at this point. So
Thunder Rosa and Jazz are opening up a dojo for women.
That's interesting.
Just saw that on Reddit. Crazy. That's kind of crazy. Interesting there.
Yeah.
Let me play the donos, man. We've been sitting here. If you guys want to donate, link is down below. Thanks for the people that have been doing it already tonight. It's kind of a weird show. We already wrapped up most of the Raw stuff, but we got some wrestling news. And the other thing before I play these donations was I think I lost my notes when my computer got restarted, but there was 2 sets of wrestling news that I had to talk about. I hope I don't forget.
Bask in his dumpster fire.
Oh no!
I tagged you in it on Twitter, by the way.
Okay.
Bask in his dumpster fire. His dumpster fire. Bask in his dumpster fire. His dumpster fire. Bask in his dumpster fire. His dumpster fire. Bask in his ass dumpster fire.
Give it to me.
Greetings and salutations.
Salutations.
Let me introduce myself. Are you gonna fuck the guy?
Are you gonna fuck the guy? I reached out to Conan tonight. I was like, Conan, are you free, man? He's too busy though. Usually gets back to me in the day. I was like, bro, come on. I was messaging anybody. Dude, I messaged anybody I could to come on tonight because I was like, we need somebody else to help because there's this.
Yeah, what are we gonna talk about?
Fuck this. Robert Heller, thank you for the $12. Bass.
Super chat.
In his dumpster fire. Thanks, Robert.
Weird how famous people got rid of COVID fast.
Yeah, a little weird.
Well, they have the care.
Okay.
The best care.
Oh my God! I see how she got hurt. Yep.
So
not
I
her
just
fault.
rewatched the clip.
Not her fault. Not her fault at all.
Really hard though.
No.
I mean,
no. That's Mandy's fault.
You think?
Oh yeah. Yep. Because her hands are retarded.
She doesn't grab the rope to take herself over and out, but it looks like I wish this wasn't as slowed as it was in the start.
No, I can tell you exactly why it's Mandy's fault. In multiple, maybe. Well, yeah, the slow motion might kind of make it seem like she didn't throw. But I mean, Nia lets go of her early, like she's supposed to. Let me see it again. Hold on.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. She's still pushing her when she's
pretty nasty.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's Mandy's fault.
You know raw sucktass when her talking about her sphincter and bunghole lol #hamburger helper. I watched the show that came on after and it was sadly more entertaining. Maryse was pregnant and constipated. Miz and his dad thought it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, diverse. How bad is that? I'd give the Miz's show. Miz and Maryse. It's cringy sometimes how fake it is. But I would give the Miz's show at least maybe a 5 out of 10. And Raw was a 2. You know? So how sad is that? And in my opinion, this is almost all Mandy's fault. When she's being brought to the ropes and thrown through the ropes, I think Nia is a little, she is rough and vicious and stuff like that, but Mandy doesn't. Mandy, the whole time, from the minute that Nia goes to throw her, before she even gets near the ropes, before Mandy is ever near the ropes whatsoever, Mandy's hands are out like this. And it's just not the right way you really want to go about it. She was hoping to do the thing where you grab on to the ropes with 2 hands and throw yourself out, which is not the real way you really want to do it.
No, she wanted to grab the middle ropes and up and over herself.
Yeah, that's not. You want to. You can do that if you're trying to go over, but the real problem comes where she kicks her feet up in the air. Her feet are all wrong. She's going through the ropes okay. She misses the ropes. So I think when she misses the rope, she knows she's going to go out and maybe fucking land on her head the wrong way. So she puts her legs up maybe to stop herself so she doesn't do that. But my God, I mean, ideally you want to hook your arm over the rope. And
yeah, because her right foot goes ahead and hits the top rope. Her left leg, her knee, connects with the middle rope. And then she turns her body and lands with her shoulder down into the hard part of the apron.
Ooh, God, yeah, I see what happened. She separated her left shoulder.
If it is bad, but it says it's a legitimate injury being reported right now.
Yep, she hurt her left shoulder. Yep, her left shoulder popped. She tore something in her left shoulder or separated her shoulder or something.
Yeah, because post this, she was continually helped by the referee and then taken to the back. So.
At the very least, she pulled her shoulder if she's lucky. That's definitely an injury. Oh my God. Her arm gets stuck on the mat and her momentum kept squishing her and pushing her to separate her shoulder. And the mat, that's the part of the mat that's dry. So she was sticking to the mat. The way her shoulder, all the sweat on her shoulder, she probably stuck into the mat as she rolled through the wrong way and bent her arm the wrong way. Yeah, you can see it when you look at it. She should have been hooking her left arm under the rope. So she should have been colliding. Her left arm should have been colliding and hooking under the left rope. And then she should have been spinning out of the ring that way. And then that way you can fall down and look like a car crash. unless you're trying to go through the ropes cleanly, which I don't know why you would do that. Maybe that was the plan, but that's, and then not only did her hands did the Superman and missed the ropes, and then that caused her legs to go up like a split to catch both
I don't know
the
if
ropes.
that's why her legs went up, though, because if you look, Nia still has her hand on her back past right into the 5-second mark. And that's when she's already a quarter of the way through the ropes.
Yeah,
it's like
she's
4 3/4 seconds. Nia's still got her hand, and she's already half of her torso is through the ropes. So I don't know if it's just too much force, and then her arms didn't grab right, so it's like a 50-50 issue. I can see what you're talking about.
No, because Mandy
not grabbing right.
Mandy never looks like she's gonna go for that hook. She looks like she's gonna try to grab. She missed. It's a missed catch. It's a catch that got missed. She tried to catch the ropes with her hands like this. But
I'd give that 50-50 on my end, but
I don't know. I don't feel like blaming Nia for this one.
Yeah, it's not a hate boner for Nia. It's just how I see it with her throwing through and then Mandy not grabbing. Yeah. But I agree with what the chat said before. I forget. It was said again. He said, there's many people that seemingly need to go back and be retrained because they're all either embarrassing or just unsafe. And that's, he said Nia, Tamina, Peyton, Billie Kay, Dana Brooke, Lana, Lacey. I don't think Lacey's as bad, but certainly the rest definitely could use some work. I mean, Peyton and Billie did well together, but they were able to cover each other's weaknesses, it seemed. Tamina and Nia leave a great deal to be desired. And Dana Brooke, I feel like, has improved since we've last seen her. But with her going to Raw, I mean, I'd want to see a little bit more of what she's doing now than just these run-ins.
Yeah. The women tonight were a mess. That match was a mess. The women on the people that weren't the other women too, they were just all bad. Everything was bad and looked bad and off time, and there was nothing about that was good. No wonder someone got hurt. It couldn't get. I was like, how could it get worse? Well, I guess it can. Somebody got hurt.
Yeah, you look at Sasha and Bayley putting on this great rematch. Whether you're tired of them fighting or not, it was a really good match on SmackDown. I mean, when the main complaint is, I wish she didn't tap out of the submission right away, you've got nothing to complain about. It was a really damn good match.
Or I wish there weren't, 2 commercials or 3 commercials. I think there was 3.
Yeah. I think there was 3 as well. There was a lot of commercial breaks. But what I'm saying is that's not their fault. That's WWE's. But as far as the girls working the match, they did an excellent job. So that's why I said it's night and day difference between the two products, and I just can't understand why. It's the same, same people running things.
Well, somebody's doing something more organized on SmackDown. I mean, maybe it's because maybe Vince is all in on Roman, and he just doesn't care as much about Raw. Maybe he's got a boner for the new, Fox show, and Roman's over there, and he doesn't like the 3 hours. Maybe I don't know.
Anything's possible.
It just feels
you hear
like
that Vince is sometimes less in touch with SmackDown too. So.
Maybe it's Fox. Maybe Fox is giving WWE millions of dollars under the books to make Raw on USA suck. How about that?
Because they couldn't get rid of their Raw contract and they want to get out of USA entirely. I mean, that's a theory in its own right.
Yeah, remember we were trying to think of what the hell the goal could be, or why would someone act this way?
That could be their underlying idea, is to go ahead and tank the ratings so they can get out of their contract and move Raw elsewhere.
Now, I'd believe that maybe if SmackDown was better, even like a little better.
If SmackDown had like a 3, rating at this point, or even constantly a 2.5, I could see them, but SmackDown isn't doing that much better. So
yeah, like a lot of times SmackDown is a 4, 5, or 6, and Raw is just a 1, 2, 3, or 4. So it's not good. If SmackDown was like an 8 or a 9 or like an 8, I'd be like, this is weird. That SmackDown can pull 8s off ratings from us, and Raw's doing 2s. Like, there's something wrong there. I mean, no doubt SmackDown is a 7 or 8 for some people. It's not for me, but a 5 or a 6,
yeah,
much better than the Raw.
Jake the Snake Roberts was just on Premiere Live TV, and he was talking about WWE.
Oh, that's one of the news stories. Thank you.
He also revealed that he was hospitalized for COPD recently.
That's the story. COPD for Jake the Roberts.
Yep. Thankfully, the Snake's doing better. But he said, you can't have a great product when you get people writing your television that's never been in wrestling.
I can't fuck for more than 8 minutes. If I fuck for more than 8 minutes, I can't breathe. Do you know what that's like? I have to whack off 5 times to get myself worked up over an hour. That way I can just go in with the hooker and pop it off in 5 minutes. Or I need the oxygen tank. And I don't want to buy one of those. COPD sucks. Don't smoke. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Well, thanks, Jake. There you go.
Lance Archer's about 5 seconds away from devouring somebody in the ring. You understand that?
Oh, I get it. Everybody dies, right?
But you know what I do? I took that training about COPD and about me jerking off, and I do it with him. I don't let him eat a meal before a match. I don't let him eat a meal in the same day as a match. And I tell him that we're going to get steak. We're going to get mashed potatoes. We're going to get pussy all after his match, but only if he wins. Do you know what he eats if he loses a match? He gets waffles. Or he gets bread.
Just waffles or bread?
It's punishment.
No meat.
Because Lance Archer wants a steak. Lance Archer loves steak like I love snakes.
All right, thanks, Jake, very much. We're glad you're okay, though, Jake. We love you.
Glad you're feeling better. Actually, you know what? This is a great point. I know what's different about SmackDown. I'm a dumbass. I reported this week.
Whoa, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh,
diverse.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Mandy had good chemistry with Sonya and looked like maybe developing, but now seems exposed, kind of like Tucker. Like just a little better than Dana. And Lana Table was sort of funny every week, but now really dumb. Just fire her or make her a manager.
I hope she goes to the table 100 times and the ratings go down 10 times.
She certainly shouldn't be wrestling, though. These matches are piss poor. You're not getting over a minute, so people are saying, well, we don't need squashes. We don't.
She's got heavy feet, bro. She's not good in the ring. She's like, okay. She's okay when she's wrestling slow, but there are certain times where a power move or a bridge, she messes up. And that's why she's injured because of this, because Nia threw her hard, and she had no, she didn't really know how to fall.
Yeah, she didn't know how to land.
Yeah, she didn't know how to take it. Like, oh my God, she just threw her so hard that, I feel like a lot of wrestlers, when they realized they were going so fast, you don't grab the ropes with your hands like that.
No, you said, you want to up and over one in front of the other,
or you throw your arm, you hook your arm under the second rope and go out. I don't know, man. It is whatever. Nia probably did throw it too hard, but I mean, dude,
that's what I'm saying. You were right. You can see where she's not grabbing the rope properly, but I just look at it. I can see it looks like her feet are going up. Like
it's an accident.
Yeah, I think it's just. Oh, I don't think it's intentional. I don't think Nia said, "Here, let me break you." I don't think Nia's done that intentionally at all, really. I just think that she's poorly trained in a klutz. She's dangerous in that sense. She's just
what's weird is how
strong woman.
It's weird how Nia Jax punches like a fucking idiot. It's weird how when she throws a punch, it looks terrible. But yet
you want evidence of how much it hurts, though. Look at Becky's face.
Yeah,
she looks terrible with the punches, but she hurts people.
You look terrible and it hurts people. But then you worry so hard about throwing somebody out of the ring that hard. It's like when you throw somebody, you don't need to do that because they can throw themselves through the rope hard. So you go like this and you let go and they do all the work. But
exactly. I can have my hand. I don't even have to have my hand on you because you're running. Your own momentum is what's taking you out of the ring. But I don't even need to aid you to make it look good. I need to be there.
I'm blaming Mandy still, though. I don't know what it is. It's her accent. I feel like that's me. I feel like it's her accent. I blame Nia Jax for about 7 other things. I'm gonna finally and I think Mandy has been klutzy, but Mandy...
Oh, she's certainly not.
But she hasn't gotten hurt ever because of it, and so this is her time getting hurt. And I'm blaming her for this one mostly. I would at least concede 70-30. I won't go 50-50 though.
I'll stay with my 50-50. And Peter cracked me up in the chat. He said Nia should go to AEW, team with Nyla Rose in a Body Donna type gimmick, and call them trans fat.
Oh my God.
How good is that?
Oh my God. What the fuck, dude?
Trans fat.
Oh my God.
That's why I was losing it reading the chat before.
These streets is gonna eat you alive, you chocolatey nigga.
Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, man. If you haven't seen that Count Chocula skit, you got to look that shit up. That roar.
I can't wait to watch that.
About to come down the aisle. All right. Anything else? There was one more story. I can't remember.
Because I was saying, I know it's the addition to SmackDown is Edge and Daniel Bryan being on the writing team. I keep forgetting that.
Oh.
We talked about this a few weeks back, and it just keeps slipping my mind. But Daniel Bryan kind of worked his way into the writing team, and that's why he's been helping with so many ideas and putting over stars. He was the one that pushed Big E to be a single star and get his push going. You know, he's been very adamant about having certain feuds happen and angles and matches, and Edge has been helping on SmackDown as well. So that's what the difference is and why SmackDown is seemingly doing better. I mean, what other reason could there be if they're not on Raw and it's this piss poor?
Well, I think we all agree that it should be Daniel Bryan eventually coming to be the guy who beats up Roman, but
that's what I guess they're going for now. That they're going to be building in his next feud after Survivor Series supposedly is Daniel Bryan.
I would have rather Daniel Bryan and Roman meet at WrestleMania, but you know, maybe they'll just do it now because they don't know what to do.
I think Mania they're still pushing with The Rock.
Oh yeah,
I think that's their big end goal here. But I could see him and Daniel if they did that. For
Roman will beat Daniel then again, I guess. If that's
he's going to. They're going to.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's going to be straight to Mania.
But no, it should be for right now because this is the way it is. I thought Daniel Bryan should have beat Roman back when Roman beat Daniel.
But, at that pay-per-view before. Yeah, when. Yep. Nah, that was they tried to put Roman over as much as they could there,
but
and
now
it just didn't work.
But now you got to have
Fastlane, I think.
Now you got to have Roman win though. But it's just like whatever, you know.
Now, as far as non-Raw things go, Miro today during his Twitch stream or yesterday, one of the two, he said that Darby Allin has a ton of respect in the back coming off this feud and title win with Cody Rhodes. They're very supportive of him. Today is Jericho's 50th birthday, right? Or yesterday, one of the two. I think. Yeah, it's Monday was yesterday. That's why I keep looking at the date. It's the 10th, but obviously it's past midnight. So yeah, Monday today was Jericho's 50th birthday. So happy to him. He put out a selfie showing off what's left of his body and his abs. AEW did pull the Young Bucks from Dynamite this week. They were originally announced to be there. They were going to have a match versus Top Flight, but that's not happening, and whether they'll be there is under consideration.
What the hell?
So it's got to be something to do with Matt Jackson's injury.
Yeah.
It wasn't said that that's the reason, but why else would they not be there?
Yeah, I guess. That or they're going to show up as a surprise attack or something, but that doesn't make sense either. So
no, not with them being faces at the end of the match. And so it's got to have something to do with Matt's injury. Leo Rush teased challenging Darby Allin for the AEW TV title, the TNT title. So that's a cool little thing. I wouldn't mind seeing him there. I spoke to him either last week or the week before just to tell him congratulations for getting signed to MLW, and he was very receptive and thankful. So that was cool.
Yeah, Leo
I
Rush
wish him
is
the
cool.
best of luck. He's a really good talent. So,
and speaking of Darby Allin, people were hitting me up all the other day about this guy's like a abuser, and I was like, what? They were saying Darby Allin's an abuser.
Really?
Yeah, and they were like citing all these weird Twitter accounts and just goofy shit, and that he like would pay homeless people. He admitted to paying homeless people to like doing horrific things because he was amused by it, and they were like calling him a psycho and all these things. One girl posted about her experience with him, And it was like, after I finished reading it, I basically said to the guy, I'm like, listen, I read this thing, and the worst case scenario, if this is true, is that he's just kind of a dickhead. Like, how is this abuse? Like, this is like many relationships. She was like, he would force me to have sex with him, and then I was like, oh my God, he would? And then, no, it wasn't that. It was like, if you don't have sex with me, I'll have sex with somebody else. And if you don't have sex with me, then I'm leaving you, type of thing.
So like a gaslighting type.
Yeah, and
they consider that. Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, well, there's guys out there like that.
It's still abuse, but it's not abuse. Like, it's so.
Yeah, I mean, listen. So what? Leave the guy if he's acting like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But he didn't rape you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, unless he hit her or raped her, or like was like sort of like something crazy. Like,
I don't know if you ever watched
Rooster
Rooster Teeth, but I used to be a very big Rooster Teeth fan years ago because I loved Halo. So Red versus Blue was,
I know about them. I never watched them, but I know about them, yeah.
And then I used to watch Inside Gaming a lot on Machinima, and then they came over to Rooster Teeth and became Funhouse. So I watched their channel for many years, and I always listened to the podcast. And I think about a year and a half, might even be about 2 years, I just grew out of it. I didn't listen to it anymore,
Mm-hmm.
So I went to go check in the other day, and one of the guys, two of their staff members, one from Funhouse and one from Achievement Hunter, got fired for a whole list of reasons. But they essentially cleared Adam Kovic from Funhouse. He took some inappropriate pictures from work, and I guess that's what he's being released for. There was also a video of him having sex with his wife that was released, but we don't know if she gave consent for it to be filmed, so that was the issue. But he didn't do anything wrong in the sense of, dealing with relationships or anything. The other guy from Achievement Hunter, Ryan Haywood, oh my God, it's coming out that he groomed and sexually assaulted / raped / did all these terrible things to so many girls have come forward. It is nauseating. But all of the staff were like in tears besides themselves to be sitting near this monster they thought was their best friend for so many years. It was just really disheartening and shocking to hear.
Jesus.
I was so surprised because I've watched him for years. I really liked him as a personality and a presenter, and someone that, and it was shocking to be like, wow, you're a huge piece of shit.
I want to preface this or whatever by saying that it comes from Seattle, Washington. Is that where Darby's from?
I don't know.
Well, either way, Seattle, Washington, and Seattle or Washington, the state, in and of itself, is a fucking cesspool for crybaby weirdo shit.
He is from Seattle. He's 27, trained by John Carlos.
Well, good luck, because you live in Washington. Good luck. Good luck in Seattle if you're a white male. Can you imagine having to watch every single word that comes out of your mouth every second of the minute, and you're around someone you care for? It sounds like me walking around with Leah. I mean, like, what? Yes, I can imagine it, and she can imagine it too, probably. Can you imagine that the same person you've grown to trust and confide in is purposely and continuously try to hurt you, emotionally, mentally abuse you? Can you just blah, 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 physical abuse? Oh, wait a minute. Can be just as detrimental as someone as physical abuse. What you have done has traumatized your victim. You have made... All right, so this is just some like opening statement thing, storybook. You enjoy being in control by intimidation, holding things over people's head, gaining power over them. You say you cared about this person, and yet you would speak. These are all the different forms of abuse you have perpetuated in your past actions. When you pressure your girlfriend with ultimatums, you are controlling her. Okay, you can leave the guy. When you tried to control her like that, you began to objectify her. Then it became easy for you to treat her like she was something less than human, and then you decided you didn't need her consent any longer to do whatever it was you wanted to her. And you know exactly what I mean. Accusations were made for a reason. Fear plays a tremendous factor into why people, including myself, are horrified of speaking out. No does not mean convince me. Okay. That is vague and...
Yeah, see, I wish instead of people saying, you know what you did to
call
me,
the police.
you should be...
Call the fucking police.
Call the police. Or, I mean...
Make a
some
video.
Of the abuse, if it's past statute of limitations, just be detailed. I know it's hard to come out with it, but...
So it sounds like you're Like, what is wrong? Oh my god!
Because mental abuse can be just as bad and detrimental as physical abuse, no doubt.
But
I agree with that.
So what do you want? You want to fire the guy for what? Being mean to you? Like, what are you saying? You know,
if
what I mean?
he was abusive and was an asshole, that's terrible. But is it now? Is it current? Is it what has he changed and learned his lesson? And because you're basically with all this, Me Too movement and speaking out, you're saying that people can never change, can never grow. And there are some things that might be unforgivable, anybody dealing with children, pedophile stuff. But if that's not the case, and that's not, then there's not a lot of merit here. That's the problem.
Anybody in a relationship, most people in a relationship could paint all the worst things that the other person did into some kind of abuse.
Oh, absolutely.
Dead serious. Most people in a relationship, or in a not the best, in a rocky one, or in like a weird,
even in the best relationship, you've had a fight, and I guarantee somebody screamed at somebody, or somebody threw something, or somebody, slammed their fist into a wall. Somebody got mad. It happened. It's normal, but I guarantee even that can be painted in the worst way possible. You're in a perfect relationship. There's still going to be a problem somewhere.
Right. I'm sorry. Just people were trying to tell me, like, how do you feel that a abuser is the champion? And I'm like, I don't, like, multiple people were telling me this. And I said, I don't know anything about this abuse. Can you send me, proof of this or whatever? And then the proof is that women accused him of being abusive. That's the proof, apparently. The abuse is, oh my God, like, he's accused of being abusive. I don't know. Anyway.
I know. I was trying to look and see if I saw like any other stories. I see stuff mentioned months ago when the speaking out thing happened, but nothing since. I don't see any evidence or further details for Darby.
Yeah.
Nothing concrete or even, that seems credible. Unfortunately. I mean, if he hasn't changed and he's a terrible person and shouldn't be, around people and fans, and that's a risk, I understand that. And that I think is something that people don't realize. Wrestlers, celebrities, influencers, they call them influencers for a reason, because they're able to influence people. There is that dynamic, no matter what. Even if you don't think there's a power struggle there always will be. And, it sounds like a simple excuse, and that's not my point here, but you have to remember that fans will be more willing to give in to things. And, if MJF texts me and says, hey, send me nudes and we can continue talking, I'm going in the bathroom popping some selfies. That's what happens. So
right.
I can see why, you'd want these people to be not checked up on, but to show that their intentions are good. So if someone was shitty in the past, is he shitty now? No. Then guess what? He's a champion. Leave him be.
The problem is everybody's definition of shitty. Like, it's like, what does that mean and what does it deserve? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a very big gray area, and that's a perfect point too. My definition of shitty should be, the legal definition, meaning is it something you can arrest them for?
Yeah.
Because if not, then
based on my past, I should be in jail to some of these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no.
It's like, dude, it's crazy. It's like, what are you talking about? So, like, these people are nuts. They're insane. Obviously, like, a real abusive person, if you can get them on film where they're like, you wake up in the morning and your wife goes, hey, what are you going to be doing today? Are you working today? And then the guy goes, shut your fucking mouth and don't fucking talk to me until I talk to you in the morning. Shut your stupid mouth. Go make me eggs. Shut the fuck up. And I'll talk to you in a little while. And then, okay, and then she goes and makes eggs. And that goes on every day, and, like, there's some video of that. Even that is horrific, and the guy's a piece of shit. And, people need to tell this girl to get the fuck out of the relationship. But I don't know if I'm like, take the belt away from him. I'm just like, well, that guy's like a real weird piece of shit with women. Stay the fuck away from him, women. But I don't know if I want to take his belt away. Now, that guy gets up in the morning and goes, hey, you stupid bitch, make me some fucking eggs. And she's like, honey, I just woke up. I'm going to get... Make some fucking eggs, you fucking cunt. Like, and that video comes out of him whacking her in the face. That's a whole different thing. Fuck that guy and get rid of his belt and get rid of everything. People that take mental, like, that deal with mental abuse, though, and don't get out of it. You know what I mean? The first example makes me want to reach out and tell her, get the fuck away from this guy. And I want to kick his ass even. But I don't think you should be fired from stuff. But the second guy, you're starting to beat people and stuff like that, you're done. You're out. I find out about that, you're out. Kids, women.
Doesn't matter who, yeah. I'm with you too.
I'm out on that. But mentally, that's a grayer line because I feel like,
mental can be, like you said, I've experienced
it's not nice. It's wrong.
Awful. Worse than physical. I'm telling you that, experiencing it.
Oh yeah. Trust me, man. Listen, I get called like dumb fuck all the time by people and people everywhere, and all these other things, and just eventually just go, I'm suck. Maybe I'll just jump off a cliff today.
It's even more than just insults, though. It's when the person really has the ability to control every aspect and way of your life, some way, shape, or form. It really delves into a deeper sense. But I mean, it shouldn't be just as bare as name calling or an explosive argument. That's verbal.
Catch yourself in the chat goes, I like this guy. He must have been talking about my example of the guy. Get the fuck over and make me some eggs. Oh man, listen, my mother's ex-boyfriend was pretty mentally abusive. He really didn't do anything physical, but he did that was all mental, getting in your face, all these things. But anyway, we can get the fuck out of here. Listen, guys, thanks for being here tonight. What a horrible Raw. See you tomorrow. Got a bunch of stuff going on this week. Hope you check it out. Be recording, be a bunch of stuff up on Patreon, and shout out to the $25 patron producers. We have 317 patrons, but about 31 of you are $25 producers. Producers list has changed down below. It will now every current video during this month into a little bit into December will feature you guys if you're an associate producer down below. And there's the updated list, man. So Yori ThaDon, Jman from KC, and everybody else. I'm going to go through the list. Jake, thanks, man. You have a good night, and kisses to your balls.
Thank you. Hit me up tomorrow, baby.
Good night, Jake. Hit me up tomorrow. Mwah! At Countdown Ended on Twitter. Stay sexy. Jake and Spaz Phoenix Friday. Yori ThaDon, Jman from KC, colonelstutters, Jerome Spicer, Kevin Murphy, TonyFromReveah, Firebird 87, ColdBrewKrew, Duane Crenshaw 6, and Joseph Lightsey, Sith Neegan, the top patron, this top dog, Daryl, Sith Neegan, Arknolia Strokelbean, My Son Champion, Gary Metzler, NickY J, the Weed God, GARGUTS Entertainment, Brian Harper, John Zippay, we got Adtr, Gordon Bombay, Talk to Me Nice, Drew Bar, CJ Bradley, Matt Rossmeier, The Bear 1322, Jason Tarr, JDVenom, and Star Scream. You guys are going way above and beyond, and you're helping to boost the channel big time, and you are associate producers credited down below. Thank you for that. If you guys want to check it out, check out the Patreon. There it is, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Go take a look at it. Tons of extra podcasts on there. There's just a bunch of shit. The next episode of Off the Rails is coming as well. It's going to be up probably tonight. Also, Alex Jones makes a call to an alien. That's up right now, if you didn't hear it. And then more. Plus, the Corrupted podcast is up in full audio form, and more audio coming tomorrow or tonight, including monetize this audio and some other audio to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. I will see you guys tomorrow.